My beloved Light family, I have since the early 70s observed a trend that seems to be growing, and what it is meteorological warfare. Warfare through manipulating the weather. In some of the regional wars, for instance, fought by the United States, they have used meteorological warfare in order to conquer the enemy, such as the Vietnam War. They used the heavy monsoons to flush out through floods the Viet Cong. Other regional wars around the world have used the same thing, but it is growing and can also be used domestically. For instance, all these hurricanes created out in the ocean that have been bombarding with increasing intensity the coast of specifically the Florida region, but most of the East Coast has had some aftermath of these, is also specifically created. This is changing the weather patterns on Earth and creating a tremendous imbalance. And it's affecting crops, it's affecting livestock, it affects animal migrations, and it is getting worse and worse as the effectiveness of it is discovered. Beloved ones, this is exactly what they did in Atlantis and at some stage in Lemuria. And part of the floods, not the very last one that took place over 12,000 years ago, but the one before, they caused the flood through cracking the firmament. The firmament, there were 2 layers of thin ice around the Earth, creating a very moderate climate, almost like being in a greenhouse. Not a lot of temperature variation from poles to equator. There was a double layer about 40,000 feet up, and then another 20,000 feet beyond that. So there were 2, and they shot it down over their enemies to flood them out. And because it was done 2 places around the Earth, in the area of Mesopotamia, Phoenicia, I don't quite know where those areas are, but it tends to be in the Mediterranean, towards the Middle East, and over the area of Atlantis at the same time, the whole thing came crashing down, causing a global flood. They have not learned their lesson. They are still doing it, except they are orchestrating severe and harsh weather to suit their purpose. Now let's just focus on the Americans for a moment. Those with no conscience are bombarding areas of southeastern America with hurricanes and tornadoes. And they're doing this because they plan on taking the entire Florida peninsula and using it as real estate, because right now houses are selling for just nothing. People are just about giving them away. They just want to get out of there. Well, that is what they want, evacuation of the area by people so that they can take it over, where they can put up buildings to experiment with time travel, with teleportation, with manifesting through thought, remote viewing, space travel. All of that area in Florida is designed for a massive hostile defense, is what they call it, but it's very able to be offensive, particularly in racially tailored bacterial warfare. Because if they create things that only kill off a certain race, they can eliminate a race. Their interaction with aliens, they want that area for all these things. So, beloved ones, this is causing such an imbalance in the earth, in nature. It is as if the very atmosphere is becoming poisoned with the imbalance. There are large weather angels, but they are not able to combat this. In America, I know that it is coming from, I believe the town is Gakona in Alaska. Gakona, there is the largest HAARP facility on Earth. And you can look up HAARP on the internet. They are radio antennas. Acres and acres of them look like radio antennas that shoot upwards. Now, those have been used to manipulate emotion, but by shooting particles, I don't know scientifically what these are, into the outer atmosphere, they are able in areas to create all these things. In fact, they are also able to create massive earthquakes. And this is used without declaring war, without anyone knowing who is doing this, to create situations that they view as favorable to themselves. This imbalance needs to be stopped. This reality needs to be stopped. I am asking you to join me for our monthly ceremony day. This will be the ceremony. It may be longer than 40 minutes. It may be a little more. I'm not sure yet. I haven't received the ceremony yet. I've only received what needs to be done. So, beloved ones, please join us. We are the sacred government. We cannot idly stand by and allow such incredible offenses against all creatures and nature to be taking place by the few who, with greed and lust and power-mongering in their hearts, don't value life. Please join me. Let's put a stop to this. Thank you, my beloved ones. It is an honor to walk this journey with you.